Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. You know what? I don't even know who to start off with. Okay, so let's start off with, Chad, because I felt like he didn't really do that much in this episode. Actually, to tell you the truth, I felt like this episode was not super great. Like, nothing majorly happened in this episode, and I'm starting to think, I was like, well, Chad didn't really do much. I'm like, you know what, a lot of people didn't actually do much. Chad was not there talking to Kate. They didn't really talk about anything interesting, except for the fact that, you know, here's the thing. Kate was not there talking about how, and for a brief second, I'm not gonna lie, Chad almost seemed like a normal person. Like, not his usual dickish self. And I really want to ask people who've been watching the show for a while. And I know I always sit there and say this jokingly, does Chad always act like a dick 24/7? But, like, is there ever times where he's not so much of a him? I mean, I've seen different sides of Philip, and yeah, I always call him a man-child, but I'm seeing other sides to him. And with Chad, it's just like, just this very one-note, pompous attitude. But when he was talking about his kids and stuff like that, he seemed like he was having a good time, hanging out with them and stuff. I was like, for a minute, he almost actually seemed like a decent person. So who is this guy, But yeah, he's talking to Kate. Nothing really important except for the fact that Kate is like, Kate says something along the lines of, Abby needs to get off her high horse and forgive you already. And listen, I get it. You're riding for Chad and, you're riding for him. So you want Abby to sit there and forgive him. But, I mean, here's the thing. 1 second. Hearing Kate say, Abby should forgive, Chad is like, yo, are you serious? Like, first of all, I feel like their marriage has been broken up for a while. Their marriage was already disintegrating for a while. Like, those thoughts he had when he was there talking to Gwen, before he got drunk. And by the way, I love when people keep sitting there saying in the show, oh, Chad slept with her, she seduced him, and I'm like, so is everyone gonna pretend like there wasn't a giant bottle of champagne that this guy was guzzling down like Kool-Aid? Because I'm pretty sure that had something to do with it, but for whatever odd reason, it's like the writer's just like, yeah, seduced, and, he cheated on her, and I'm like, awesome, that's great, But yeah, having Kate sit there and tell Chad, oh, well, Abby needs to forgive you. It was like, this dude has not trusted his wife for a very long time. This guy has having been a bunch of dark thoughts in his mind. And you want Abigail to just sit there and snap her fingers and just forget? Okay. So, while that happens, pretty much Chad tells Kate that Gwen and Abigail are sisters. And that this whole thing got started off by Laura. Lying to Jack and dismissing Gwen's mother. This whole thing got started with her. And Kate is, oh really? You mean that same chick that been sitting there looking down upon me all these years? I don't know what's going on with that, but apparently they got beef. So, yeah, she's been looking down upon her for years or whatever, so she couldn't wait to rub it in her nose. On the other side of town, Abigail's not there talking to Jake, and, Jake tells Abigail... Well, first of all, Jake was at the house with Kate, and Kate asked Jake a very important question. Did you turn down Gabby's proposal because you thought it was a bad idea, or did you do it because of me? And I felt like that was just I felt like it was somewhat stupid. Let's not get that Gabby can be, well, Gabby, very forceful, and she doesn't, from what it looks like, and this is just my impression, that she doesn't understand that there's time for business and then there's time for pleasure, and sometimes you can't really mix the two. She seems like she has no problem just kind of stepping over the line. But with that being said, everyone said that the business plan was sound. Even Tony was like, "Yo, this is good." Her, on the other hand, is a different story, but this is good. And I felt like he did this to appease Kate. Of course, he asked Kate to work with him at DiMera since she has the experience, but she likes working with Abe. I feel like she's gonna be tempted to go work at what the hell is their company called again? DiMera Enterprise. I think that's what they're called. I feel like she may actually enjoy working there more, because I feel like with Abe, they're great friends and stuff like that, but she is his PR guy. She's the person that's giving them a helping hand. She's at DiMera, she'll be, co-CEO or whatever. Like, she'll have a bigger role, and she'll feel, well, she's not, like, propping someone up, So I feel like she may probably go over there. Anyway, at some point, Jake talks to Abby. They compare notes. Abby tells Jake about Gwen being her sister. And, Jake kind of hints that, she never really talked about her past, her parents and stuff like that, but always hinted at the fact that her dad had another family. They also talk about Gabby. And, honestly, to tell you the truth, Abigail asked him the question as far as, like, what are your feelings on Gabby? And in his roundabout way, he was like, oh, well, I'm with Kate. And Abigail was like, that wasn't the question. He kind of gave her this look like she kind of stepped over the line. She was just like, alright, whatever, and she backed off. And then he sees Gabby. And I know I'm going to get ish in the comment section, but I'm going to say it anyway, because that's just how I roll. Can't believe I said that. So Gabby, Jake talks to Gabby, and Jake's like, hey, how you doing? She's like, fine. And he's like, okay, great talk. And, Gabby's all like, oh, well, just to let you know, I'm working for Titan now. We're gonna be doing great things, so nana nana poo poo, pretty much. And then she walks off, and I'm just like, that's so high school level. Like, listen, I get it. That's Gabby's personality, and people love her because she does stuff like that. But I just kind of look at it like, was it really necessary to sit there and be like, oh, well, we're going to be doing great things, and yada, yada, yada. Like, throwing it in his face, like, he turned down your business proposal, and he also got you out of your contract, or, gave you the rights towards your company back. And your response is to act like some 16-year-old little hurt girl, because I feel like I need to sit there and throw it in his face to one-up him. Very mature. I get it's a soap opera, but certain things like that just kind of just irk me a little bit. What else? So Jack comes over. He has a conversation with Gwen, and he pretty much told her, hey, listen, I didn't know. And unlike what Abigail did, which was trying to protect Laura, Jack is like, yeah, well, there was some woman that pretended to be my secretary and she really wasn't. And, Gwen was like, well, who is it? Who is it? I want names. I want the truth. I want it now. And Jack was like, yeah, it was Laura. And I'm partly just like, damn, you just... Listen, I get it. You gotta sit there and be completely honest with your daughter, but in some small percentage way, I was like, damn, you just kind of threw her under the bus. Listen, I get it. He's tight with her, and he has no qualms about trying to protect her, but I was like, damn, it was Laura, she did it. Laura, I give you her last name or her email address and her, like, it's like, damn, bro. So, long story short, she still seems like she's, like, I feel like she doesn't know how to react to Jack. And listen, I don't think that she is a person that doesn't have feelings or sympathy, and I really want to believe that she's going to be more than a one trick pony like, well, Nell Benson was on General Hospital. So Jack is like, listen, I want to get the chance to know you. I can't make up for the time we lost, but, you know, we can build on something now. But in order to do that, you gotta kind of like, you know, you gotta kind of dial it down on the rest of my family. Like my daughter. And, you know, Gwen was like, well, if you had to choose, I was like, Gwen, seriously? Come on, we trying to move forward, not backwards, okay? Don't start with this whole ultimatum war. If you had to choose, or if you had to choose, who do you think he was going to choose? It was almost like she was trying to find reasons to pick a fight and get more angry at him, because she just didn't know how to. That's all she knew. Which is still no excuse, because you're a grown-ass woman, but whatever. What else? So yeah, Jack is like, listen, you gotta dial it down. You know, and Gwen is like, well, I think about it. Okay, Gwen, you think about it. I get it, she can't just forgive him automatically off, you know, right on the spot. So I get it. You know, she wants to take time to think about it, cool. Now after Laura was dealing with Kate, because they had to go at it, because, you know, Kate just, you know, she really wanted to kind of just, you know, as Laura said, kick her when she's down. So she gets into it with her, and then towards the end of the episode, Laura was like, you know, she's gonna try to fix the damage that she did. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but she goes to Gwen's room, and Gwen is not there looking online at Laura, just like staring daggers, and then she gets a knock on the door, and it's Laura, and I'm just like, listen, I respect that you want to sit there and try to, you know, own up to it and face your consequences, but I don't know, because this woman seemed like she wants to strangle the life out of you. So, good luck. Hell, even Jennifer was getting into her with her again, about what she did. And I don't know how long she's actually going to be in town for, but I feel like, listen, what she did was terrible. And I'm all out for not throwing in her face, but letting her know what she did. I think after 2 or 3 days of it, it just becomes kind of torturous just to watch a little bit. You know, it's like, alright, you might want to head out of Salem after this. Gabby did go to Xander and, you know, with the proposal, and Xander was like, yeah, we're going to do it. So, he's going to be working with Gabby, so it gives Gabby something to do. And, you know, Xander's like, well, Gabby's like, don't you need Philip to sign off on it? And, you know, Xander's like, well, it's just a formality, you know, but it's pretty much a done deal. I don't know what his deal as far as, like, his hatred towards Philip. Like, I get it. Philip's a man-child. He comes across as entitled. He tends to tattletale a lot. But, I mean, is there something deeper that I don't know, that I didn't watch, that, like, really, like, because this guy, for somebody who's supposed to be his family member, he really, like, really despises him. Long story short, Philip talks to, Victor, and Victor's like, yeah, so we're good. I settled everything with the mob. And Philip at this point is like, alright, cool, so I'm gonna leave. I'm just done being a burden. And, you know, Victor's like, nah, it's cool, like, you know, you're my son, and it sucks what you did, pretty much, but at the end of the day, we're family. He also, you know, when Philip was gonna give him his his pretty much resignation letter to resign, pretty much, Philip was like, no, you know. So and it's funny too because when he was like, no, you're not leaving the company, Xander was like, I'm sorry, what? He's not this mofo ain't fired? Like what? At this point, you know, Philip leaves, and you know, it's gonna be a nice, good conversation with Xander and Victor. I don't. I I'm at a loss as far as the hatred that Xander has for Philip. I don't know, but yeah, I have no idea why he hates him that much. I knew the stuff that was going on when Philip was trying to get Xander fired, but before then, I have no idea why they're just like that. Also, Abigail talks to she comes to pick up the kids, and she sees a shirtless um, Chad. So there's that. And Jack talks to Jennifer at the end. You know, Jack just pretty much tells Jennifer that he's trying to have a relationship with his daughter as long as she doesn't cross any boundaries, which we all know she will. You know, he'll give it a go. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's pretty much about it. I don't think I really missed too much of anything else, but if I did, write it down in the comment section below. You know what it's funny. I was off for a week, just doing my reviews, doing videos and stuff like that, and you know, going back to work, I was just like, man, I kind of miss just doing YouTube videos and doing soap opera reviews and stuff like that, and yeah, I realized that when I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, it was like, shit. I mean, I know I shouldn't complain because I know a lot of people don't actually. There's a lot of people that are out of work. There's a lot of people that's hard for them to find work. So yes, I do count my blessings. But at the same time, I want to kind of make this more my full-time job. So with that being said, every now and then I'm going to sit there and ask people to share the video if you can, because I definitely will sit there and help out the channel. I enjoy doing this, and if I can actually get a paycheck from this, it'd be great. Anyway, with that being said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If you can share this video, that would definitely help. I will catch everyone tomorrow in the next review, and I feel like there's a bunch of stuff that I forgot to say, but I'll say it tomorrow. Have a good night or good day, everyone.